Most of us have grown up passionately in love with cartoons. We have felt an attraction to animated cats and mice, like in Tom and Jerry. But did we ever stop to think why we get connected to these characters so profoundly? And more importantly, who was making them? Did you know that a whopping 50% of the human brain is directly or indirectly devoted to processing just visual information? That says a lot about how the media influences us, and it also highlights the inherent potential of visual effects and animation. If you aspire to walk down the VFX and animation career path, don't doubt it. Stick with us till the end of this video. If you're watching this and haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button right away to get updates on my future videos. So, let's get started. First, let us understand the difference between 2D and 3D. 2D stands for two dimensions, that is length and height, and 3D is three dimensions, that is length, height and depth. Now, let us understand the 3D production pipeline. The steps involved in making a 3D movie or a short film. We have three stages. Pre-production is the phase of developing ideas and planning prior to the process of production. It involves finalizing the script, creating a storyboard. Next is animatic. An animatic is defined as a series of images played in sequence, often with a soundtrack. In essence, it is an animated storyboard. Next is character design. In the character design stage, we make a 2D sketch of all the characters in the movie, like the octopus, driver and the bird. Apart from 2D sketch, you can do digital art of the characters. Most popular software for digital art are Photoshop or Illustrator. Next is background design, wherein we sketch the layout of buildings, street, objects and the auto rickshaw. Sound and voice recording. Here we record the sound of the characters, objects falling, the sound of the rickshaw and every possible thing. That completes the pre-production stage. Next we have is the production stage. In the production stage, the first step is 3D layout. Layout in 3D animation is basically a 3D version of the animatic in low resolution with proxy models. A proxy model is a basic representation of the final 3D model with the right shape and size, used to demonstrate the story visually. Character 3D modeling. Here, using 2D sketch as reference, we do 3D modeling of the characters like octopus, auto driver and others. Using softwares like Autodesk Maya or 3ds Max, and if you're looking for open source software, you can try Blender. Next is background 3D modeling of the backdrop like buildings, streets, auto rickshaw and others, using the same software used for 3D character modeling. Texturing. Texturing is the process of applying an image to a 3D model. Textures are the flat images that are applied to a model to give it a color and detail. This is a model, this is a texture, and this is how it looks after applying texture. Rigging. Rigging refers to the process of creating the bone structure of a 3D model. This bone structure is used to manipulate the 3D model like a puppet for animation. Next is animation. 3D animation is the art of using motion to bring characters, vehicles, props and many more things to life to move through three-dimensional space. In 3D animation, objects can be moved and rotated following the same principles as in real life. Dynamics. Dynamics describes how computer-generated objects move using rules of physics to simulate real-world forces. You can specify the different actions you want your object to take, and the software will figure out how to animate that object in the most realistic way. Example, a building toppling over into a pile of rubble, smoke, fire, explosion that you saw in the end of the movie Oktapodi. Lightning. Lightning is fundamental in any 3D art or project you work on. At the most basic level, it's a way of making objects visible. Lighting enables you to bring mood to a piece and set the tone. There are several 3D lighting techniques which are used based on type of environment. For instance, some techniques work well in interior environment and some work well in exterior environment or exterior modeling. There are 6 standard lighting options that are available in most 3D software packages, namely point light, directional light, spotlight, area light, volume light, and ambient light. Next is rendering. Rendering converts the source material into the final picture or footage. When you render a video project, your computer is processing all the data that goes into creating images. For smooth playback of your project or creating stunning graphics and effects, your computer has to render the data to produce that image. Last stage is post-production. It consists of compositing, sound editing, and the final output, and of course marketing. Compositing is the process of combining visual elements from separate sources to create one image. In a way, it creates the illusion that all those elements are part of the same scene. Softwares. Here you have to understand the softwares we use are divided accordingly in 3 categories, that is pre-production, production, and post-production. Maya is a production software used for character modeling, texturing, animation, rendering, lighting, and dynamics. Post-production software involves the tools that creative teams use to edit and polish a piece of media after it has been recorded. In other words, post-production tools are aimed at photographers, filmmakers, audio engineers, and many more. Some of the most popular post-production softwares are Adobe Premiere Pro, which is the industry standard in video editing. Premiere Pro assembles all your assets and creates a final video product for you to show to the people. Next is Final Cut Pro X, the best video editing software for Mac users. Adobe After Effects for visual effects, motion graphics, and text animation. Career opportunities in animation field. Animation professionals can pursue many roles. For example, in the entertainment and arts industry, animators may find work as stop motion animators, art directors, film and video editors, and video game designers. Other roles include forensic animators, mathematical modelers, and advertising artists. There are opportunities in diverse industries including the world of video games, television, movies, Bollywood, Hollywood, and beyond, advertising and commercials, the corporate world, real estate, and many more. Some of the major job roles you can pursue within these industries include animation design, game design, graphics, storyboarding, 3D modeling, texturing and lighting, 2D and 3D animators, and more. A few major career opportunities are as follows. Post-production artists, compositing artists. They detect errors and develop strategies to produce the final animated film. They use software such as Adobe After Effects and Motion 5 amongst others. Rotoscoping artist. This is a method where animators trace over live action footage frame by frame. It brings a sense of realism. Motion graphic designer. The job role includes creating movie clips, commercials, title sequences, trailers, and so on. FX technical director. They are responsible for overseeing the creation of particle and fluid effects. This would include creating fire, fluids, smoke, clouds, physical destruction like blast and particulates. VFX artist, the creator of visual effects in games, movies, and TV shows. VFX supervisor supervises all the proceedings of the visual effects required in the process of production. Rigging artist. 3D riggers create a skeleton for 3D animation to enable mobility. Characters are required to be rigged before they are animated. Matte painter. They are the people behind photorealistic landscapes or environments that you cannot recreate on the real set. Animator, render, wrangler. This is the last person who sees the animation before it is finally made into a film or a video. Now, let us explore the job openings in pre-production. We have pre-production artists like compositing artists. They detect errors and developing strategies to produce the final animated film. They use software such as Adobe After Effects and Motion 5 amongst others. Content developer, matching lines of dialogue to animations. Evaluating the final results and status reporting are all a part of this job role. Storyboard artist. This is someone who takes a script and turns it into a visual story. Character animator. Using different animation software, 3D modeling, and even puppetry, these artists create and design the characters. Background artist creates the color, style, and mood of a particular scene. Layout artist. They are responsible for drawing the layout of the visuals. Concept artist. They create visual images of ideas. Their work is used in animation, comic books, advertising, and print as well as a host of other industries. Apart from the roles mentioned above, there are the other jobs directly associated with VFX animation that you can pursue, like multimedia specialist, advertising art director, music producer, production designer, film director, video editor, TV production coordinator or producer. According to Statistica, the VFX and post-production industry in India has almost doubled from 39 billion to 68 billion between 2016 to 2019. The same report estimates that the industry will be worth almost 147 billion rupees by 2024. That's huge. You can be part of this booming industry by acquiring the right skills. At SkyMount, we provide training on various animation courses. Contact us today in the number given in the description. I hope you enjoyed this video and I see you soon in the next video. Thank you so much.